This nibble originally aired on RSBMB Update, episode 893, Copyrights and Copy Wrongs. Enjoy. In terms of wrapping this up, is there anything that you need to tell the community in particular, our community, Jagex, and people who might not be aware of what exactly is going on here? Or is there just anything you want to wrap up with in particular?
So, I want to say, again, even though they're not enforcing these rules right now, they need to be modified, both for the sake of the future and for now. This already has a chilling effect. I've already had writers come to me and say, can I publish this? What do I do? Are my fics going to be taken down? Keep publishing. Keep doing your thing. Don't ask Jagex for permission. You know, it's not enforceable. It's just not a thing that needs to happen. And again, I really don't think they're coming through AO3. I think you're all right. And again, I think these rules are going to be modified. You know, for the question, can Jagex sue me? And again, this is very out of the left field. I doubt it's going to happen, but it is a question. Can Jagex sue? Bless my old journalism law professor. She used to stop a class in the middle of a lecture and say, students, what is our mantra? And we would have to repeat back to her, anyone can sue you at any time for anything. So Jagex could theoretically send you a takedown notice. Again, I really don't think it's going to happen. If that does happen, you know,
if that does happen, we'll have you back on the show because that's something else.
Oh yeah, that'll be fun. I'll take the day off of work. God, you know, but that's where even if you say it's not enforceable, you can send a counter notice. You know, and theoretically, it could be argued in court again. The less than a 0.01% chance of that happening. It isn't. You know, for fic writers, I really recommend that you migrate your works to AO3. They have a legal team that will back you up in terms of this sort of thing. And it covers your butt because they follow fair use policy. You know, they don't let you commercialize fics, and you could say it's on AO3. They don't let me commercialize. It is fair use. And have backups, just to have backups. You know, if you have an old live journal, if you have, you know, stuff on a Tumblr.
That's a name I haven't heard for a long time, live journal.
If you have a fanfiction.net account, you know, just have a backup of your stuff, you know, good old rule of three, all that jazz. And, you know, I want to iterate that it's not a bad idea for Jagex to have a FanWorks policy. You know, it means that the expectations are clear. You know, it means that Jagex can protect its IP and, you know, honest merchers don't have to compete with, you know, lazy red bubble prints and all that.
Yeah.
But it's absolutely in Jagex's best interest to loosen this up. You know, there's very
especially on the fanfic and art side. We need to underscore that again.
You know, the community is the lifeblood of RuneScape. It's absolutely the lifeblood of RuneScape, and it's just bad from a marketing perspective. It really is. You know, and here's my little diatribe on this. You know, from a philosophical and a literary perspective, I really don't see the point in trying to chill the creation of fan works, lengthy or no. You know, like I said, works like that involve a lot of investment into the game and the lore.
Yep.
And I say this as somebody who has been writing fan fiction since 2013. Fanfic is a love letter. It's a love letter to some element of the work. You know, at worst, it's an entertaining supplement. At the best, it's increasing engagement to the original IP. You know, it's interpretive, it's transformative. And that kind of work, that kind of interpretation and transformation, it's as old as storytelling itself. You know, people did that back in the day before you wrote stuff down. You know, they would interpret and transform and, you know, insert their own characters into stories. And that's how stories have evolved. You know, to kind of quash this notion, to quash that under a very dubious claim of, you know, competition. I don't think it's a good thing at all.
Yeah.
You know, fan fiction, you know, it's not the greatest thing in the world. I think it's awesome. But, you know, I read things outside of fan fiction, you know, and I don't think that it's a 100% unproblematic, fantastic thing. You know, you get good fics, you get bad fics, you get middle of the road fics. But in and of itself, it is an act of creation. It is an act of creation. It is an act of love. And that in and of itself needs to be protected.
And that's what drives communities. And that's what drives
Yes.
communities on our side. So, okay.
So, and I know we have creative mods on Jagex who have been pushing against this. Again, they were very surprised at this. I send my endless appreciation to you in terms of that. And again, I hope it all, has a happy ending. And I think it will.
Yeah.
Right.
Fingers crossed.
All
Maybe
right.
I'll be eating my words in a week.
I think at the end of the day, everybody wants what's best, right? Like, I think if there is an issue, you will also have pushback from within the company that will support you. And that is a good feeling to have, right? To know that there are people in the company who do support you and want to have your back on this because they're with you on it.
Yeah. And, just in summing this up, I see this as maybe this is something that was needed because of their acquisition of that company in the US, or maybe they're expecting some kind of expansion of the RuneScape IP, and they wanted to get something down regarding fan content creation policy. And as you mentioned, that disconnect between legal and the creators, that's what we're largely talking about in this segment. And there's lots of these little things that can, of course, be ironed out as we move through this. You can find full episodes of RSBNB Update right here on this YouTube channel. If you found this video useful or just enjoyed it, like and subscribe, or leave a comment.